Hey guys, Roll Tanker back again after like nearly 2-3 years, which I know is appalling, but what can you do when there's a pandemic that happens and loads of other things happen? So I'm back now. Hope everybody's doing okay. And I'm kicking this off with a bit of a if sort of series, but I'm hoping it takes off well, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Sorry. So what we've got Warhammer Imperium, which is similar to what they did a few years ago with Warhammer Conquest, which is the issue series. Off the top of my head, I think there's 80 issues that you get. And when you get it, you should have 2 full armies. And I strongly believe that if you're somebody new who's just trying to get into it, I do recommend this issue. Even if you're not into all the others, then you can just pick and choose which issues you want. But what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to review every single issue that comes out, so that if there's a certain issue you guys want, then you can just find that one and pick it up. But today we've got issue 1, which I got yesterday. And for only £3, it's definitely worth getting, even if you're not fully into it. It could be something fun for you and a mate or a family member to play around with, because you get 2 miniatures and there's some basic rules in here and a couple of little bits and pieces like dice, tape, your temporary ruler. There's a playmat in there. There's all sorts in here. So we're going to get cracking into it. So don't worry, it doesn't come like this. I tried recording this before, and let's say I had a bit of an accident where my camera that I'm using kind of fell over, so wasted about 8 minutes of a video. So hopefully things go a little bit better in this one. So it might not be in the same order as it was last time. So, but everything else is still the same. It's just I've accidentally replaced the order by accident. But what you get is, you get a poster inside, which folds out into pretty much a bigger version of this, slightly. I'll try and unfold it a bit and hopefully not the camera. So, yep. So, there's that, which is actually quite nice. And then on the other side, it shows like a few bits and pieces. So, what you get when you subscribe, which I haven't gone for the premium, but if you do go for the premium, you'll get a small force of Chaos Space Marines, Tyranids, Tau, and Orcs, and I think with the Orcs you'll get some paint as well. Yep, there it is, 3 paints, and the paints are just mainly for the green, for their skin and stuff, so, and pretty much then this folds out, so you can kind of take a glance of what you're actually getting in this, and there's a lot, and I can't wait to get a load of this. So there's that. What's next? So we've got a little fold out here showing the whole lore behind what this series is about. So it's there's a war going on in the Ramus system where a Necron tomb world has just reawoken, and they're trying to terraform a planet into a Necron fortress world, I believe. And the Ultramarines chapter of Space Marines have shown up, and they're trying to prevent the Necrons from doing that. So what I'll do is I'll just slightly hover over the writing, so you guys can pause the video whenever you'd like to read it, read the lore and what's happening here. So there you go. And then on the back it shows some of the forces that you'll be getting. I mean, you'll be getting a load of these later down the line. But for the moment it kind of gives you an idea of what you'll be getting for the Necrons and the Ultramarines, or whatever chapter you want to do. I mean, for me, I'm going to be turning these Marines into my custom chapter, which I'm currently working on. Which I will be also putting up videos as well of, so like little updates, especially an update on the Primus Lieutenant that you get in here, which I will be painting in my chapter's colour scheme, which I will be doing for a lot of the Space Marines. The Necrons, I'm probably not going to post up. I mean, I'm still a little bit heads or tails if I'm going to paint these guys. I might do when I run out of ideas on what to paint next. But yeah, I think this is going to be very good series for getting started and stuff. But I mean, I've been doing this hobby for a long time. So none of this is... Some of the rules and stuff have changed over the years, so it's trying to get my head around, but apart from that, I'm more interested in the miniatures side, because I love to paint the miniatures, so maybe I might be able to get a game eventually at some point, or I might start getting back into the gaming sides, but still a bit heads or tails with it for the moment. So this is the little playmat you get. You get some objective markers, some wound markers, but I know a lot of veterans will not bother with these, instead just use dice to mark the wounds. But yeah, on this side we get like a little desert planet, like a moon, sort of like Mars sort of thing. And then on the other side we actually get a little playmat of a Necron tomb world almost, where the planet has just started to turn into a fortress. So you've got loads of Necron tech going on here, and then some of the Imperium stuff is getting ripped to shreds by the impending Necron transformation. And then you've got some like green markers as well here. So that's not bad. I mean, this is probably good for like you and a friend or a family member who just wants to have a couple of games for an hour or so. So yeah, very nice. Now, oops. Oh, so we'll get onto those in just a second. Sorry for knocking the camera. So this is your little temporary ruler, measured in inches. So yeah, it'll do for the start, but eventually you'll get like a proper tape measure and stuff like that. Some of the like freebie stuff. So like if looks like, so if you've got a newsagent nearby, you can hand that in, and then they might be a closer look for you for your new issues and stuff. This is like for like the premium subscriber stuff, so it's just showing you in better detail of what you'll get if you pay the extra like £2 per issue. So there's the Orc Force, the Tau, Tyranids, and the Chaos Space Marines. And just some other things, so what you'll get in issue 2, issue 3, and then what you'll get with your issue 3. And then just a few other bits and pieces of, like, all the other bits that you'll get eventually down the line. I'll put that to the side. Then here's the actual magazine itself. I must say, very nice looking art on the front. I'll just move that out of the way. So in it kind of just goes over some of the basic features, what the two miniatures you'll be getting, so the Primaris Lieutenant, and what he's equipped with. For a little bit of fun, you can roll dice to name your character and name their weapons and equipment and stuff. Same for the Royal Warden. And then it just goes into a bit of the lore about what the Space Marines are, and the Necrons as well, including some examples of chapters that you can do instead of just the Ultramarines. How to build your miniatures. These miniatures are just literally clip and plug. So you don't really need glue, but I'd probably recommend some glue just so that the miniature doesn't fall apart. So there's a few bits there. And of course you get two bases in here. And it's just also pointing out who belongs on what. So the Primaris Lieutenant belongs on the bigger base, whilst the Royal Warden goes on the 32mm base. And then it goes into some painting. You won't get any paints in your first issue, but in issue 2 you'll get a paint, and then issue 3 you'll get the blue paint for the Ultramarines. But it's kind of just, it just describes some of the basics of what this paint does, what shade does, what the layer, and what the technicals do. Then you'll get into your very first game, So it kind of goes over a small scenario with you on what you need to do. So, like for the Royal Warden, his objective is to restart some cryptex so that this facility starts repairing loads of Necron warriors and stuff, so he can get reinforcements, while the Primaris Lieutenant has apparently split from his unit, and he's now come across the Royal Warden trying to reactivate a load of his fellow warriors, so his task is to stop him. And then it kind of gives over the rules of setup, along with who gets the first turn. So the Necron Royal Warden gets the first turn, then it just goes through the first few turns with you on what to do. And I reckon you'll probably get like a decent game for like after about 10 minutes. So you can play this a couple of times, swapping turns, and seeing who might win better out of 4 or how many games you want to play. But that's the magazine. I know I could probably slow down a little bit, but I'm slightly going over the timer that I wanted to go over, so then we will just get these out. Oh. There we go. There's that. There we go. So in here, of course, you'll get the 2 bases. So the Primaris Lieutenant goes on that one, and the Royal Warden goes on that one. I'll just put them back for a moment. You'll get 6 dice in the set as well, so a couple of dice to get you going. And then we get the sprue. So on this side, you get the Primaris Lieutenant, who looks pretty good. Very, very good details. I can't wait to paint him. So there he is. Looks very nice. And then here's the Necron Royal Warden. Now, it does state that you've got to be really careful with these, because when you're clipping them out, they may be a little bit fiddly, so it'll point out what areas you need to clip and which areas you shouldn't. So just be very careful when you're putting the Necron Royal Warden together. But very nice looking detail on him. But yeah, very well worth it getting this. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if everything's going to your liking. Hopefully in a couple of days I will put up the 2nd issue of this, and then after that issue 3, and then so on and so forth. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stick around for the next one.